Overtrading. This is the thing that's killing your profitability. I want you to think of the last time that you took a trade that was okay. It wasn't a great trade. It wasn't amazing. And you wouldn't even call it good. But it was a decent trading opportunity that was fair enough for you to take. I want you to think of the last great trading opportunity you took. A trading opportunity where, from the perspective of a risk structure and your predictive mechanism, if you have one in trading, your edge, everything that's based on experience that you hold, you subjectively thought that that trade was great. So think about these two things. The last trade you took that was decent and the last trade that you took that was great. Now I want you to look at your set of the last few trades that you thought were great and the set of most of your trades that you thought were decent. And I want you to ask yourself, if you could go back in time and wipe away and nullify all of the trades that were just average and decent, how would that impact your profitability? This is where overtrading comes in. Whenever you're trading, you are taking trades that you think are likely to work out, whether that be from your edge, from your prediction, from your intuition, or from purely a risk structure perspective. It just makes sense in terms of risk. You're likely to make more than you lose. Regardless of what approach you have to trading, focusing on trades that are great and only taking those tends to be a lot better of a situation than taking trades that are just average, decent, okay, sort of worth taking, but certainly not anything amazing. Better to take one trade per week that is great than 5 to 10 trades per week that are average and decent. Think of all the time that you've spent tied up in trades, looking at them, looking at the drawdown, wishing you had waited for a better entry, wishing that you had sized a little bit differently, wishing that you'd planned out the risk structure or the stop loss or the moment you'd hedge or add to it a little bit differently. All of the things that you spend tied up in trades that you sit in for a long time and then they end up in not even very profitable outcomes, such as break even or a small loss or even a big loss. And then look at the few opportunities that you could take that would have been amazing. It's true for a lot of people's trading approach that 80% of your profits comes from only about 20% of your trades. Think about that for a second. Most of your profits generally come from just a few trades. And if you focus on taking trades that are great, it tends to just make everything much more easily. I want to share with you today a trade that I missed on Euro USD, that because of me missing it, I lost $60,000. That's how much this cost me. A couple days ago in my free Telegram channel, first link in the description of this video or in the pinned comment, I shared that I was looking to take a buy on Euro USD. And this was not an April Fool's joke. Yesterday on April 1st, I said Euro USD, I'm waiting for a buy. I had everything planned out around 1.0728 to look for buys. And I was waiting diligently for this to set up and then a few other opportunities. I then sent a 3-minute screen recorded video completely breaking down why I thought Euro USD was a trade that would be worth taking. And in this video, I shared my whole thought process and everything. If you're watching this video and you got recommended this video on YouTube here within a few days or a week or two of me posting it, you can scroll back into the Telegram channel. It's April 1st, 2044 or 2024. And then today, that was yesterday at 4 p.m., I shared the analysis. The price would have gone directly to the entry that I was hoping to get. This happened at around 1 a.m. my time here in Texas, so I missed the trading opportunity. And then price bounced and I woke up to what would have been $30,000 profit. And then what happened is Euro USD ended up running all the way to where the original profit target was intended. And I'm going to go ahead and post this here in that Telegram channel. It's free. There's almost 60,000 members in here. You should join. It's the first link in the description. And I missed $60,000 on this. Let's talk about this trade. This is a trading opportunity that was great. And then for one little technical reason, which is just me being asleep and me not preferring to use limit orders when I'm trading because it wrecks all of the context and I'm not able to examine price action as it occurs, which is why I don't use limit orders in general. I missed out on this trade. Imagine for a moment if the last 10 trades you took and you risked 1% for each trade. Imagine if you just waited for one trade, no matter how long it took to present itself, a day, a couple days, even a week or two. And imagine you took that one trade and you risked a very high amount on it, let's say 5, 10%, or even more of the account you're trading on. Imagine if you had a system and an approach where you knew that most of the time you could come out in a profit if you simply waited for good trades. Imagine how much less time it would take. Imagine how much less stress it would be. Imagine all the time you get back and all the available margin in your trading account that you could then allocate to trades that were really, really, really great. This is the point of today's video. If you're over trading, you're taking trades that you shouldn't be taking at the cost of trades that you should be taking. And the trades that you should be taking, if you have enough experience to dictate a proper edge in trading, you know what types of trades those are. You know what it feels like to look at a chart and everything seems to line up in the sense of your subjective trading approach. That makes sense to you. Everything is there. It looks literally as perfect as it could possibly get, to the point where if you took the trade and it went against you and you ended up losing the trade, you wouldn't even be that bothered by it, because you look back in retrospect and think, yeah, it was a perfectly great trading opportunity and I don't regret it in the slightest bit. If I could go back in time, I would take this trade again and I would risk that same amount on it every single time. If you can look at trades like that, you end up getting into a trade where you have no fear. You certainly have no fear of missing out. You have no anxiety. You're not panicked. You're not having trouble sleeping at night thinking about the trade and hoping it doesn't hit stop loss or go into drawdown. Instead, it's just 100% pure peace. Whenever you have trades like this, you spend way less time involved. And quite to the contrary, and quite surprisingly, you can actually make a lot more money trading by just taking trades that are great and ignoring all the trades, obviously, that are bad, but also ignoring trades that are just average. For my personal trading approach, I tend to just look for trades that have the best sort of risk structure. I can manage my way out of almost any trade I take if I enter randomly on the chart and the position is sized appropriately, meaning very small relative to the account balance. However, I've found that most of my profits come from a very small amount of trades, and I'm to the point in my 8-year trading career where I can recognize exactly what those are. Last week, I only took 2 trades. One of them ended in break even, and one of them ended in a $20,000 profit. This was last week. This is my private group where I call out my trades. This is a paid membership community in Discord. I said this was a nice trading week. This is last week. Having had only 2 simple trades with almost no work, 1 nice winner and 1 break even, and here's the P&L totals for the week. This was the one trade that ended in break even, and this is the one trade that ended up in a profit. Off of this one trade, a simple buy on New Zealand dollar, US dollar, I made almost $20,000 for the trading week cumulatively between just these 2 trades. And this week, had I been able to take this, again, this was all pre-planned. This is yesterday. This is April 1st. I gave a heads up in the morning to this Discord, telling all of my clients that I'm giving you all an early heads up so you can pre-plan. This is a trade I'll likely be taking if the context remains appropriate. I'll share the details if it sets up as usual. I had all of this set up. I was going to go in a total of 125 lots. It was a 48 pip. My risk structure was just using a stop loss on this one. And it was a $60,000 of total risk. I was going to risk the entire trading account. Now, people might look at this and think, okay, that's ridiculous. But you have to keep in mind, I only deposit a small, tiny portion of my trading capital into each trading account that I trade, so that if I blow the entire account, it's not that big of a deal. What matters is the amount of risk you're putting on a trade relative to your total trading capital. And for me, while $60,000 is a whole lot of money, sometimes I might go an entire month and only make like 20, 30, 40K trading. $60,000 is a lot of money. I'm experienced enough to where this is a risk that I'm willing to take. Waiting for the entry, waiting for the proper price action, waiting to get in at the only price that I think is worth taking, invalidation, a reasonable profit target. Everything had to line up, and it did. Lo and behold, it came and it lined up. It would have gone right to the entry I wanted to take it at, and it would have literally just beautifully gone directly to the profit target this morning. The reasons why I would have taken this trade are the same reasons why you find good trades in your trading approach. It's just experience. It's your intuition. It's your discretion. It's your discernment of the price action. It's everything that you've allocated to trading as a result of getting simple applied experience that then speaks to you and allows you to make decisions that have everything to do with your profitability. This cannot be learned through a course. This cannot be learned through a YouTube video like this. This cannot be learned through anything except your own personal experience. Now, I have sold courses in the past, and I currently have a membership community, and I currently make YouTube videos designed to help you. But all of my content has always been structured in a way that helps people learn through experience, that helps them learn through trial and error, that helps move them in the right direction and pull them along the right path to learning through experience, so that way that experience can then justify proper, profitable trading decisions. The cool part about trading is that it's more so an art than a science. It is a way that you can go and you can approach something which is very, very dynamic, which is what trading is, and you can carve out a trading approach that works perfect for just you. No one else will understand it. You won't even be able to explain it oftentimes. There are people that trade a specific way where they just kind of recognize the trading opportunities. They'll buy, they'll sell, they'll do this and that. And then you will have people come and criticize them saying, you shouldn't have bought right there because it was a downtrend. Or you shouldn't have sold there because price was at support. Or the moving average was pointed upwards, so that was a range and you shouldn't have traded that. All sorts of people will tell you all sorts of things. All that matters is that you've got experience that justifies and warrants the use of you making a trading decision for trades that you think are great trades. And I'll tell you this, whether or not you take my suggestions in this video doesn't matter. If you are going to become profitable, you will become profitable the same way that everyone has become profitable when it comes to manual trading. And that will be through experience. And once you get that experience, you will no longer overtrade, because you recognize that waiting for trading opportunities that are great is much more important than trading just for the sake of trading. I hope this was useful. Bye.